All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Thank you for being here. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hello, Missy. How are you doing? It's been all of 12 hours since I talked to you last, so I hope the rest of your Saturday evening was doing well and your Sunday morning's going well. So, don't have a lot to really talk about Lego-wise. I think the only big news that I had was that there was I think it's still available on Lego's website, where you can get an entry for 10,000 VIP points. So go check out Lego's site. I think it may be still going on. I'm going to do it after this just in case. A couple sales online, some creator sets on sale on Amazon. That's really kind of it. But that's what's happening. Hello, Bev. Hope you guys are doing well. So I'm going to get started. We're doing I kind of thought it would get the wrong window there. We're going to work on the... Why does it not want to grab that one? Not build kit. Window capture. There we go. This is the fountain. The fountain garden. For a little bit, I just kept saying tranquil garden. I already have the tranquil garden, so this is a completely different set. This is more of a like what you would see in front of a botanical garden or a nice estate or something. It doesn't look like it's that big or complicated, so I'm gonna probably knock it out. I just think it's a few hundred pieces, so we'll get to work on it. Hello, MechOps, how are you? I liked your giant frame. It felt a little like, do you guys remember the I forget what the name of it is, the big suit at the end of Thor that they bring down? It's not the Devastator, but it has a name like that, where they have to fight the suit of armor basically at the end of the movie. It reminded me of that a little bit. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot of, I think, printed tiles on here. Hopefully not a lot of stickers. It looks like it's got a key legend for the rest, some of these plants. So maybe when we're done building, we'll go back through and look at all this. We got an Iberian water frog, a yellow hammer. These are all just regular. That's a bird piece and a frog piece, but you know, they've got some stuff here. So yeah, let's get going. I still have it in, I don't think it's this big, but I have it in the big box here. So I'm going to see about releasing it from its cardboard prison. So yesterday, for those not Missy or Bev, yesterday was our Bricks and Brews event at Austin Beer Works. And I think it went well. Hi, Johnny. Third day of Brick Erie. Have fun. I hope everything works out and you have a good time. And we will see you again soon. Oh yeah, it is just this set. It's a pretty big box. It's how many pieces? Oh, it's 1,300 pieces. I thought it was going to be like 600 or 800 pieces. So this is relatively large. We may not get it all done this time around. And again, I don't care, but look at this quality of these boxes, man. I got a shipment of Zissou. How's it going? First, yeah. I got our Lugs activity support shipment, and one of the boxes was the arcade machine, and the box was completely destroyed. The shipping box, and then the inside box, the Lego box, was a taped version, and the tape had come off, and the box was basically open. I haven't gone through it yet to see if all the parts are still there, but I think everything is still there. That's just kind of a shame. So If you're in the Lake Erie area, go check out Bricks Erie. Johnny's got some stuff with his lug there. Big Hoth set, Hoth mock going on. Yeah, there's quite a few bags. I think this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Big instruction book. How many pages is this instruction book? Do they usually have page numbers? 137, 138 with the bill of materials. So pretty sizable set here we got going. Save that for scanning purposes later. So how is everybody doing this fine Sunday? Got anything planned? Got any exciting events happening? You can already see some of these cool pieces, some of those printed tiles and trans blue pieces. It's gonna be a fun set. Bag one. And we're off. All right. So yesterday was, again, Bricks and Brews. We didn't have a ton of people. I would say maybe 70 people came through, between 50 and 70. I will say a good chunk of those were my friends that I invited. We didn't have a ton of people walking through. The problem I always have with, I thank Austin Beer Works immensely for having us there. But the problem that we run into is if you're looking at the brewery, the main door's here, you walk in, there's kind of a little area where there's like some shirts and stuff, and there's another side room that's got like pinball machines, and then there's the big tap room, right? So you go over here to the bar, get a drink, and it's a big tap room with like tables and chairs. When you walk in the main door, there's another little thing over here that sells vinyl. I'm going off this way. Sells some vinyl. And if you walk past that and go to the bathrooms, past the bathrooms is another back side room. So they have to put a sign up that says our event's this way, right? So we don't get a lot of people just kind of walking through. They have to like targeted go that way to get to it. So it's kind of a little, it's less than I want it to be. But I also understand that tap room gets really loud. It's hard to keep things a little more organized, and we can't move tables and stuff when we're out there. So the back room gives us a little more flexibility to move stuff, which is a lot better. So we don't get a ton of traffic, but it's still fun. Mrs. Brick Designs is sleeping. She was going to stream this morning. She got a new set. She got a couple new sets. She got the History of Disney, the big Mickey set with a bunch of Disney stuff on it that she wants to do. And then she also got some Wicked brick heads. But she also has a COVID booster scheduled for 11:30. So she wouldn't have been able to be here more than like an hour. And I didn't want to like interrupt and do some stuff. So maybe next week. She'll build with us. She's going to go get her shot and then probably come back and sleep or study. She's got some studying to do. Right off the bat, getting these pieces done here. This feels like how we build. We're just like giant flat pieces. Let's go. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good time. I did. Had some good conversations with some adults, and the kids got to play a lot with the free brick that was there. Had a good turnout of lug members bringing all their builds, and yeah, it was a good time. Got to hand off the truck mock to the one of the guys brought his family to the event, so that was cool. And I found one solitary piece lingering. God, man, I hope I remembered where I put it. think I put it in my pocket, but now I can't remember where I put it. And I hope it's not a piece they need, but it looked like it might have been. So I'm gonna have to find out where that went. They did like it. He was very excited about it. I have to redo some of the instructions because there's and I don't have it to show, but there's part of the bed of the back end where the tank is. I was putting some 1x2 slopes along the sides to kind of give it. It looked like it kind of had a riser or something next to it to keep, anyway. But then to put the big section of curved panels on it, you kind of had to kind of wedge it in there. And in the instructions, it says put the panels in first and then the slopes, which is really hard. So I told him, I was like, the instructions say to do it this way, but I found it's easier to do it that way. And I already thought I sent them instructions, the PDF for it, but he's asking for it again. So I might, I told him I'm going to have to redo this so it reflects kind of how it needs to be built versus how I think it should be built according to digital model. So, but he really appreciated it. Their event is actually going to be at Q2 Stadium, which I thought was cool. Oh, this is all done wrong. So that'll be fun. So I might drop by then to, if I can find that other piece, and give him the other piece to make sure that they have everything. The event is Touch a Truck, and they're going to bring their, the big truck to this place, to the stadium, basically the parking lot of the stadium, and kids can get in the cab or play with any of the hoses or something. So I think it'll be kind of fun. But yeah, he was very excited about it. Got a picture with him. He's like, can we take a picture? And I'm like, of the model? He's like, no, just me and you. I'm like, okay. So then, Beth was there, went and picked her up after work, and she hung out for a little bit. It was a good time. And then went over to the ladies' house with the kids, and we played Rock Band, which I haven't played in a long time. And I think we may be getting back into playing more Rock Band. So that's fun. We used to play... Yeah, it kind of is. Petting zoo for trucks, I mean. We used to play the bejesus out of Rock Band back in the day. We played it on the Wii. And we had all the instruments. And we had a custom bass drum pedal that we got made. And we had a couple stickers that we had for our band. Just fun, But then we got rid of the Wii got replaced, and the Switch never really got a Rock Band type game, so we still tried to play it on PlayStation, but the PlayStation was transferring owners, like it was mine, then it was Greg's. So now with the PS5, I'm going to look into buying it again. That way I can just take the PS5 over to their house and we can play. And I thought it was more expensive. Like the last time I checked, it was still $40 for the game or more. But then I looked last night and it said it was $9. And I was like, well, I'm going to get that Rock Band 4. I feel like I have to investigate a little bit because that seems wrong. Like I feel like there's something I'm missing. But of course, then we want to download every song ever made. Because that's what we did last time. We had every pack, we had every song, we had hundreds of dollars of songs probably. And we had them on this little SD card for the Switch, for the Wii, and just played all kinds of stuff. It was a lot of fun. We were watching the Austin FC game too, and they lost spectacularly. I mean, it was only 2-0, but apparently they looked like dog crap. So that's no good. Which kind of sucks because they won the previous 2 games, and everyone was like, okay, cool, we're on an upswing, we're looking okay. Coming into the final few games of the season, and we've got a Leagues Open Cup game coming up on Wednesday, and everyone was kind of excited that we might be able to make it to the final. And now it's like, nope, we still suck. I think the 2 games we won were maybe a fluke. Like, I don't know. It's the nature of sports. You win, you lose, you know. It's just sometimes winning every once in a while, tying a lot, and then losing so much just gets frustrating. Touch a truck, different from a Kentucky hug. Learned this weekend. Yeah, there's a couple people we talked to yesterday that seemed interested in joining the lug too, so that's cool. There's a guy who's more interested in the electronics of some of the things. He's like, I'm not really into Lego, but the idea of all these electronics. There's one guy brought all of his light up. He's got all these micropolis-sized stadiums that are all lit up, and he was more interested in the electronics behind that, which is cool. Whatever gets him going. That was the joke we had last time. Was when Beth was on, we were talking about. I can't even remember how it came up, but it was. She was talking about her job, and I think a lot of them were, as a therapist, you kind of just need to be the person who will sit there and listen and be someone who's objectively removed from whatever the situation the person's having, or just be kind of a sounding board. I'm like, she goes, or sometimes they just need a hug, and I'm like, a Kentucky hug. Because we were going back and forth on Kentucky, and as soon as I said it, I'm like, man, that doesn't sound right. These. So I need to tell Bricks and Minifigs South Austin. I left my Q2 stadium with the guy who does all the lighting stuff. He's like, he walked by. He goes, Ben, every time I see this stadium, I want to take it home and play with it and put lights on it. I'm like, do it. Be my guest. So he's got it now, and hopefully he can do some cool stuff with it. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with the screen, which is fine because the screen's kind of, the Jumbotron on the small version is kind of hard to see from any angle, really. Unless you're like really got your head down in there. Okay. All right, extra piece. Bag 2. So what did everybody have for breakfast? Or have you had breakfast yet? We had donuts and coffee. Ran over to our local donutry and grabbed a couple Long Johns and a couple Old Fashions. Two by two brick with facet. I think that's what these are called. Corner brick or 2x2 brick with facet. Odd name for things like that. Boop. And already the music decides it does not want to play anymore. Nope. Nothing, just woke up. Sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant. Delicious. Well, I thought he was talking about the UT Tower. No, he wanted to do because his thing is with his little stadiums anyway, and he's probably got the gear for just the lights on the stadium. The UT tower can be lit up from inside. Just all you have to do is add a light to it somehow on the inside, and that one will light up. Unless you wanted to be a little more complex with it and replace all the windows with LEDs, and then you can program those LEDs, you know, if you have a strip of LEDs in there instead of like clear tiles from behind. That way you can just run lights up, and they can be programmed to do whatever you want. You can make a 1, you can make a 2020 whatever. But I think that's past where I want to deal with it. Somebody else can do that. Also, since I don't plan on having it too much longer, I'm still not entirely convinced that I don't want to sell it to Bricks and Minifigs. They seem to like having it in their window, and if they're willing to like pay me for it. The thing is, I was thinking of donating it to get to the charity auction next Brick Rodeo, and sometimes those things can go for a couple $100, and that's good for whoever's getting, you know, whoever going to Children's Hospital or whatever. It's good for them. But at the same time, I'm like, could I get a couple $100 from Bricks and Minifigs and just donate that? I don't know. I don't want to be too greedy about it, but your son-in-law worked in Q2 putting the real electric wires in. That's awesome. So the my saga with Rebrickable ended positively. Except now there's another site selling my Q2 model. If we can find it here. I'm gonna go to here. So I got a comment on my do you happen to be selling this mock on sites other than Rebrickable? So this person tried to buy this site, messaged me on YouTube and said, where did you get the sticker? And I was like, I just had a friend print it for me. And in my description of the model, it says, the sticker's not part of the parts list, but if you want a sticker, contact me and I'll let you know where I got it. That's all it says. But they reported it to Rebrickable. And Rebrickable says, yeah, you can't list things with stickers on them. So I had to go back in and change it. So it was an image without the sticker as the primary, but then the secondary, it has one. And then I also included the image that I used for it. Real kind of stickly, but I understand, right? The problem is, it got listed on a different site that's not mine, and I didn't put it up here. So I contacted them and was like, please take this down. It's not yours. I almost feel like I want to be able to comment on this or something, because my name's not on here at all. And this is just another, you know, place that sells other people's models probably, and they don't realize it. So I'm going to try to reach out more to them, but that's kind of where that went. So anyway, I got it. It had an administrative hold on it, and I changed this and I got it back. So, but that person is so mad at them. They waited all of like an hour for me to respond to a YouTube comment. I'm like, they didn't email me, anything like that. And I don't know, just kind of seemed kind of lame and a little dodgy now that I think about it. Because I don't know that they weren't trying to buy it to build somewhere else, but it was already built somewhere else. So it was kind of like, dang it, now I have to go through this again. But I sent them an image and I was like, you can clearly see I've got a copyright watermark on this. And this model's been up here for a while. You need to take yours down. So hopefully they'll be able to do that. And if not, I don't know what to do after that, you know, how to report it. Anyway, what'd you say the mech frame reminded you of in my Wi-Fi cutout as you were saying it? The Destroyer, it was Destroyer, I think, suit from Thor at the end, the big kind of segmented thing that blasts stuff from its head. Reminded me of that a little bit. Just because you could still see all the studs on it, so it looked kind of like a studded piece of armor or something. Okay, this just goes like this. All right. I don't know if I'll be able to get that out without taking these pieces off. So this is just, they want to get a stripe in there apparently, so they just do this, and because the studs will raise it up to a certain level, it just goes in there like that. It feels kind of like what they did with the Eye of Sauron in the Rivendell set, where they kind of built it under the table. I don't know if this is going to even show up in the later model, but we'll find out. Okay. Let's do this. Is your son-in-law in construction, Bev, or is he an electrical engineer and that was part of a project, or contracted through the stadium? Stuff like this, these like friction builds to either have a part available to move or something like that, I'll never figure that out as a builder. That's just something my brain doesn't do. I don't know how they do it. Hi, Greg. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Sunday. What are you up to? Doing any cool builds or anything? We got our Tron tickets. I ordered them from Flix for opening day. A bunch of us are a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Me, my kids, and 2 friends are going. Beth doesn't want to go. I was like, do you have any desire to see Tron? She's like, doesn't that have Jared Leto in it? I go, yeah. See, instantly covering it up. Like, I don't know why that needs to be covered up. I don't know what purpose it serves. That's so weird. Was that needed? I have more questions than I'm going to get answers for. I'm planning to read The Odyssey eventually for the movie in July. Okay, Odyssey is going to be a movie. That's news to me. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Works for the electric company that does that. Yeah, instantly covered that bit up. It's not visible in the bottom, not visible in the top, doesn't do any moving thing. I don't know why it's there. There's got to be a, like, I can't think of like a structural reason, but maybe if this was a real place, it has a hidden something reason. Like there's no, hey, this is a fun little thing because whatever. Like, no idea. And it's not a 3-in-1, so nothing else gets built, so it's not using those pieces for anything. Bag 3 is very small. It's just some tiles. Excuse me. Got a million of these tiles now. These remind me of New Mexico. It's not the exact same shape, but the color reminds me of it a little bit. These in green. I don't have a ton of those in green, so that's kind of fun. More importantly, these in tan. Those cut 1x2 tiles. Oh, I got something in my eye. So next for the lug is really, there's no big event for the lug, as far as I know. We have our Christmas party. We'll have eventually a sorting party for lug bulk. I haven't heard anything from either like a library or the mall that I've been trying to get in touch with for International Lego Day in January. We didn't get approached for LibraryCon, which I think was yesterday. Which is fine. We would have had to split the group up a little bit for that. But it also means that that's like, this is kind of it for events for us for a while. And I'm kind of hoping I can find something to change that, so we can get a couple more events going, just to make sure we have stuff in the public. These shouldn't have any rotational, like they should be the same no matter what rotation you give them. Hoping to get the Black Pearl on the 22nd. Cool. Hope you enjoy it. This is going to be very satisfying. Putting down some tiles. I need to work on my lug model this week for Sunday. Hopefully I've given myself enough time. I will show it off when I've got a little more done. Right now it's kind of loose. Got some parts kind of floating around on top of it, and it's not quite where it needs to be yet. But I think it's going to be a fun one. This is a good match. These cut tiles and the triangle tiles. That's a good look. I'll hold this up in just a second so everyone can see that. So that's what we got so far. This build that technique right there is pretty nice. Keep that in mind for later. So this afternoon we're doing a stitchin' bitch at Hop Squad. If you are interested in becoming a supporter group member and you like the idea of sewing patches onto vests, please feel free to come by. I don't know when open enrollment is for Los Verdes, but surely you can just show up and hang out and meet people. And I bet the ladies would take your money for patches, so no need to be officially involved. I'm trying to think of what else is going on Lego-wise. I left my phone charger at the place yesterday, plugged in for 20 minutes and then moved it, and then didn't take the charger with me, so that was a little bit of a bummer, so I'm going to have to try to go back tomorrow and get it. Let's see. Lego news. I think my page has, or my Discord has a little more news. Black Pearl sold out, or the GWP sells out for that. Preview of the, I mean, most of the news has been on Captain Jack. Oh, there was the train set, the holiday train set that has a 3D printed piece in it. And it's done on purpose. It's a 3D printed piece that's supposed to be functional. It's a little train that the wheels turn and the little smokestack goes up and down. So they 3D print it so it can have that functionality without having to build a very small model that may or may not work as well. So I get it. I get what they're going with that. I'm a little worried that 3D printing Lego pieces is going to open up a Pandora's box or something. All right, so there we are. I don't remember which one was the front. I think that was the one I was working on that way. So far, very symmetrical. This looks like something Glenn builds. Very nice pattern. 4 more tiles. Am I going to get the new Christmas tree? Probably not. I am going to get that. I do want to get the AT-AT, the gingerbread AT-AT. I do have Christmas sets that I do put out for Christmas. I don't know where I'm going to put them this year. I'm going to have to get rid of something. I've got up all my Horizon Zero Dawn models up right now, so I don't know where I'm going to put all my Christmas stuff. But now that Beth is more of a Lego person, maybe me putting them somewhere else in the house won't be as big of a deal. Or maybe she'd like to get a Christmas set. So we'll see. Yeah, and it comes out October 1st, so I'm a little worried because I've got a couple other bills that I need to do on October 1st. And we have, I've got my sleep study coming up on October 13th, and that's very expensive. So I don't want to be seen as like overspending when I've got some other stuff to take care of. So we'll see how it goes. I want to get the Game Boy and I want to get the AT-AT, and that's kind of all I really want. There's a handful of other sets that I wouldn't mind getting, but like I think I might like to get the pink roses as well. I don't think I want an advent calendar this year. If I can find one that's $30, like if it goes on sale or something, I'll get it. But I'm not a huge, I'm not really big on building droids, but that's just me. 18, so do this all the way around. Speaking of gingerbread houses, it feels like this is going to be the color of the AT-AT when we get it. Speaking of Star Wars, I think there's a new Star Wars game out. I'm going to have to look it up. I just saw a thing about it and I didn't realize anything was coming out. I'm not sure if it's like another MMO or if it's an online or mobile game or what. There's been no news of like the third Jedi Fallen Order Survivor, those games. I think it's too early for a third to be announced yet. There's zero Battlefront 3 talk other than everybody's still trying to play Battlefront 2 as hard as possible, so they see that they're getting people to play. This guy here. And this guy. It's hard to tell where that guy goes. That's centered. 1, 2, okay. And then in one. I'm still wrapping up Death Stranding 2. I still have a handful of deliveries to try to get all the preppers that you visit up to 5 stars. One is infuriatingly not giving me a whole lot of experience after I deliver something, and I'm going to have to constantly go back and find new orders for them. Is it Zero Company? Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Flip that back over. Gonna add some new pieces here. They're going real heavy on the both sides thing. So times 2 this. I'm currently reading, I finished a book called The Player of Games, and it is a culture series book. If you're into science fiction, the culture books are pretty cool because they are usually self-contained stories, but they all exist in this universe where there's this thing called the culture. And it's hard to explain, but it's basically a galaxy-wide, it's not an empire, but it's a collective of creatures and beings and planets and space stations and sentient robots and ships and things like that just sort of exist. There's no rules because everybody kind of works and functions together, and they don't have to have rules because they all know that just being good kind of works out. It's really hard to describe. So like the first book, and I barely remember it, Consider Phlebas. I think it was about this one guy who was like an investigator, and he was trying to find a murderer of somebody. The second book, Player of Games, is this one guy who's a very good game player, goes to another empire within the galaxy to play this sort of all-encompassing game that everybody in this empire plays. And the better players end up becoming like diplomats and generals, and including the emperor. And so he's going there as a representative of the culture to play this game and find out what it's about. And I didn't think it was going to be good, but they really reel you in, and then the end is very satisfying. So totally worth it. Then going back to book 6 of The Expanse, Pandora something. Where am I at with this one? Babylon's Ashes. Always good. The Expanse is just so well written, and the audiobook narrator is very good. I made the observation the other day that I write for the book that I'm working on in this guy's voice. So if it didn't sound like something he'd say, I'm not going to write it. That's high praise. Like, I want him to read my book when it's done. So it's the Culture series. I think there's a bunch of books for it, like 5 or 6 maybe. The first one is Consider Phlebas, Phlebus. And the second one is The Player of Games. they're both good. They're both very good. And I like the idea of this culture that just sort of, you know, they don't take over anything as a galaxy-wide expanding thing. They figure out what the society is about, and then they just kind of absorb it, and they become part of the culture. Yeah, it's very cool. All right. These decorated pieces created for the set were inspired by the, can't read that word, Zellage style of mosaic tile work. They are frequently found in the architecture of ancient historical sites and monuments in countries such as Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and the Andalusian region of southern Spain. These tiles can be used to create patterns that can be repeated into infinity, which is called a tessellation. How many different patterns can you create? They're talking about these tiles specifically. So, corner tile printing. It's pretty rad. They can be made to make shapes into infinity, and we're going to use them on a Lego set to make a garden. Yeah, the Expanse is always good. I'm also going to finish, I returned it early on my Libby account, but I'm also working on Darth Plagueis, which is a Star Wars standalone novel. So we got so far, those pools. It's okay. It's read by the guy who played Moriarty for you Star Trek fans, Next Generation fans. The actor who played Moriarty in that episode where Data goes into the holodeck and his Moriarty creation tries to take over the ship. It's that actor. So he could have played Emperor Palpatine, basically, this actor. And so Darth Plagueis, the book is, the bag looks like it got, that's weird. This bag is new out of the box, but it looks like it's been beat up a little bit. Weird. Yeah. I'm not unhappy about it because it's just a bag, but it makes me think that maybe this bag got added later because it's got scuffs and stuff all over it. Strange. So Darth Plagueis is in, you hear Palpatine talk about him when he's talking to Anakin in that weird jellyfish opera that they're in Revenge of the Sith. And he says, "Have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He knew how to control life and death," and all that kind of stuff. So this is the story of how Plagueis and Palpatine know each other. And it's pretty cool. And it kind of makes me sad because we see Plagueis at the end of The Acolyte. He's kind of peering around a cave entrance, looking at, what's his name's character? Jason from The Good Place. I forget the character's name in Star Wars. Anyway, he's kind of watching him and the girl. That's how good the show was. Eminently forgettable, apparently. But everyone was so excited because they're like, oh, Darth Plagueis, this will be pretty cool. And then, of course, the show got canceled, so now we have no Darth Plagueis story. I can't spell Plagueis. I think I have to remember that it's Plague I-S. So P-A-L-G-U-E-I-S. Because I always want to do something weird with the last four vowels. Last four are vowel and consonant, last four letters. But so yeah, I was kind of excited to see what they're going to do with Plagueis and the young kid Sith. But it was not to be. And also, like, the timeline doesn't line up because the Acolyte was kind of like High Republic, like as the High Republic was falling. And to have Darth Plagueis in that would have been somebody's at that point, he would have been somebody's apprentice. And he wasn't. Anyway, the timeline was a little weird. I'm not sure how they plan on resolving that, if they plan on resolving that. I thought Acolyte had a lot of, like most things now with Disney and Star Wars, had some good ideas and just kind of fell apart in the execution. It just felt so stiff. And I did not like the main girl at all. I just thought she was just not a great actor. Like I don't like disparaging people, but wow. And honestly, I didn't like the Squid Game guy either. I didn't think he was great. The lady who played his master was pretty good. And a couple of the other Jedi that got murdered along the way were pretty good. But yeah, the leader of the the coven of dark side / light side lady people, she was great. But there was a lot of like, oh god, this is so hard to watch moments. And then of course my favorite was that young alien with like the blonde hair and the face paintings and stuff, and they got waxed. So I was like, well, can't do that. Can't like that person, guess. There was one thing I also really liked. There was a Sith Wookiee. Was he a Sith or was he just a mercenary? Anyway, that Wookiee character was cool, but again, in it for like 2 seconds and then no more. I think the obvious thing I feel like the obvious thing about Star Wars lately is that anything concerning Jedi is hard to write for some reason. Like the stuff that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers or their family or anything like that is apparently pretty hard to write. But all the non-Jedi stuff is easier. Like I thought Solo was a good movie. And Andor, of course, is great. Mandalorian's great. Boba Fett was not great, but it was fine. Kenobi I wasn't a fan of Kenobi. And I don't know why. I couldn't put my finger on it. Anywho, I'll still watch it. I'm excited for Visions Season 3. That's going to be fun. I like Visions a lot. I think even if it's not one of the stories that is very cool or seems a little hacky or whatever, I still think doing new things like that is pretty cool. And I would be here for it 100%. I would go nuts with all these corner pieces, the corner plates and tiles. Ugh. Trying to figure this out on my own. I want to see a Star Wars film that is action horror. Well, they have a book that is horror. What was it called? It was the ones where the stormtroopers were zombies, basically. And it was kind of a horror story. I should remember the name of it. And I can't remember if it was a comic book or a book. I think it was a book. I mean, you could play what is it? Ewok Hunt on Battlefront 2. That's a horror movie right there. Because it's in the dark and you can't see anything, and suddenly there's these Ewok eyes just coming at you, and you're like, ah! Okay, this is done for a reason, and I wish I knew what that reason was. So this is just, again, this has got to be, there's got to be a reason for this. Instead of like just having, I mean, can't you just have 2 3x2 bricks there? Like, there's got to be a reason to have these poles in there for some reason, and then the tile underneath. Like, is it going to be visible? Are we going to see what that is? Are they just doing it for fun? Because then it instantly gets covered up. I don't know. Maybe to secure these 2 pieces more forcefully on that side? I don't know. I think the designers are showing off a little bit at this point. They're like, look what we can do. Look at these crazy new build techniques. I would love to sit in on a model design process flow for something like this, just to get the what goes on in everybody's head and what goes on in terms of iterations and stuff to get it to where it is now. Why just certain decisions were made certain ways. Like, I have no idea why you would do that. I think, and I may be wrong, they want this snot brick right here, but they couldn't do a 1x4 snot brick without covering it up here to make sure it was stable. So they did this. No idea. And we won't for a little bit longer, apparently. Oh yeah, Ewok Hunt is they added it kind of toward the end of Battlefront 2's support. It was one of the later things that they added. They added a few like other mods or other modes, and one of them was Ewok Hunt. And it starts off with, ideally, it hasn't for a while because the servers are dying off because not a lot of people are playing because it's a very old game. You start off with 20 stormtroopers and 2 Ewoks, 1 Ewok. I forget what the starting point is. And the stormtroopers are you're on Endor, and it's after the destruction of the Death Star. So it's just, the idea is they're trying to get off planet now. Everything's gone wrong, and all the stormtroopers are just trying to get away. Hey, look, it's hedges. I built hedges like this. So it's pitch black, and you got a flashlight and a regular a regular E11 blaster. And at first, your flashlight only lasts for like a minute. And then it shuts off for 10 seconds while it recharges. So you're walking along, and when I mean it's pitch black, when that flashlight goes off, you can't see anything. There's like vague blue outlines of trees. And there's torches in certain places. So if you get by a torch, you can see stuff. And there's flares on the ground, and it looks like flares were set there for when the shuttles come to pick you up or something. So you have to recharge. You have to wait for your flashlight to recharge and turn it back on. You can also find crates, and when you find a crate, you find a better blaster, a heavy repeater, and a flashlight that stays on all the time. And then you get also a flame grenade, right? You throw it and it makes a big fireball when it lands. Your objective as a stormtrooper is to wait the 5 minutes until a shuttle comes and picks you up. Meanwhile, the 1 or 2 or 4 or whatever starting Ewoks are trying to kill you. And they can see in the dark. And they've got these things called Wisties, I think. They're these slingshot things that you throw and they turn into these fireflies that sting you as a stormtrooper. They also have a horn that they blow, and it sounds when you blow it, it gives you a little bit more endurance and strength. You also have this ability that you can use that can see where footprints go, and you can see kind of on the map, or you can, like, it highlights, you can see where all the stormtroopers are, right? So your objective is to kill stormtroopers. When you're a stormtrooper and you get killed by an Ewok, you become an Ewok. So the numbers shift, right? It starts with 1 or 2 Ewoks and 20 stormtroopers. And then you're supposed to kill stormtroopers and they all become Ewoks. So by the end, it's a swarm of Ewoks. And as the stormtrooper, you're trying to last until the shuttle gets there. And if even one stormtrooper boards the shuttle, the Ewoks lose and the stormtroopers win. So it's, you know, you can't really like stand around and snipe. You really got to go hunt these guys. And the stormtrooper health is at 200. If it gets knocked down below, if it goes to 150 or 120, it'll regenerate. But if it gets knocked below 100, it won't regenerate past 100. So you can kind of wear them down a little bit. It's really fun, but when it's pitch black and you just all of a sudden you hear this, and you look down and there's this little thing with glowing eyes stabbing at you with its spear, it's kind of terrifying. Or when you turn your flashlight over this way, and it's just glowing eyes and they're all coming at you like aliens. Ugh. I'm just playing a Star Wars game, but there have been times when I'm just walking along and I just go, ah! Frickin' Ewoks. It's a great idea. Like, it's a lot of fun to play it. The problem is the servers are not as populated as they were, so you get a game that's like 1 Ewok and 5 stormtroopers or something. You're like, ugh. And the stormtroopers can kind of go up and hide in upper areas of the base on Endor, and you know, it makes it so it's not as fun. All right, there's some hedges. And we put, yeah, that's not being covered by anything, so that's all that is. Weird. And this is going to attach here. Oh, we just put it in. Like that. So this whole section comes out. You're not building it in there. The section just drops in. Boom. Interesting. A lot of extra pieces on that one. All right, bag 6. Oh, we might get through this whole thing today. Pretty fast building, or it goes pretty fast. Not a lot of Technic, just simple system bricks. And this is going to be the other side, so we're already kind of knowing what we're doing. Again, this thing again. I don't know why it's, you know, a 1 Technic brick instead of like a green 1x1 brick, but they must have reasons. Very interested to know this. But again, like, we could get the designer to come to a convention and it would feel like me going, in episode 5, why were you attacking the, you know, it would feel like that level of nerdy. On this one set, why did you put the 1 or the 2 length bars with the ring around them in the snot brick instead of just having a big snot brick on the outside of it? Were you just flexing? Why were there Technic bricks there? And log bricks. I mean, a lot of this you don't see. You don't see any of this, so it doesn't matter what you put in. Why not just a 1x2? Maybe they're going to use these bricks later, so they're just, instead of using green or gray or something, they'll use that. Yeah, so Ewok Hunt, fun. The game itself, Battlefront 3, is still a very fun game. I'm probably going to try to play with my youngest sometime soon. Because you can still get in lobbies, you can still play Starfighter Assaults, you can still play Supremacy, which is good. You can still do most Galactic Assault games are available. A lot of stuff just doesn't get populated anymore. Like nobody plays Blast, nobody plays Strike. A lot of people still play Heroes versus Villains because they want to run around with a lightsaber. So yeah, still quite a fun game. I am building underneath the chat and you can't see what's going on. Any games that y'all are interested in right now? Anything coming up? Anybody playing, what is it? Silk Knight? Something? Silk Road? The indie game that blew up and ruined everybody's servers, and everybody's mad at them for shadow releasing it and not giving anybody heads up. And they're like, we're an indie game developer. We don't have to tell you guys anything. What's up, baby? What's up? What's up with your face? So yeah, Death Stranding, Rock Band. I want to get Hellblade 2, Senua's Revenge. First one was Senua's Sacrifice. I think this one's Senua's Revenge or something. I really enjoyed the first game. And then after that, I don't know. There's a new Pokemon, a Pokemon game that's very Animal Crossing-ish. And I think that's gonna break some servers when it comes out. Yeah, that's true. I'm actually gonna take some time off coming up. Like not this week, but next week I may take a whole week off. And I think my sole focus is gonna be Lego Room. Get stuff sorted, get stuff put away, get stuff organized, do some building. It'll be after our lug meeting, so that won't help my getting my lug done or my model done, but I think it'll help me a little bit. What's up, George? How are you feeling, man? Sorry we missed you yesterday. I hope you guys are feeling better. It was a good time. Yeah, I still don't understand this. I kind of do. They don't want to add a plate here. If they did a 3x3 brick, or they did a 1x2 brick and then a 1x4 snot piece, nothing will keep that snot piece on. really doesn't have to. Well, it is the edge piece. I kind of see why they did it. I still think it's a bit of a flex. Hey, go have fun getting your shot.
Hey, which building?
A fountain garden.
What is that in the case? Is that a penguin? Looks like a penguin from here.
This?
It's a minifig, yeah.
It's a minifig.
It looks like a penguin.
It's my Ben Sprick Designs logo on the minifig head. And I have to give him different pants because he looks like he's going straight shirt cocking it.
Can you say that on Sunday morning?
Sure.
It's not even noon yet.
I know. He's he's doing the Winnie the Pooh. He's got...
All I saw was the white and the black and the yellow. Aren't there penguins with like yellow in them?
Yeah, so not the ones with like the stuff on their heads and stuff. Yeah.
So you see where I can make that?
Yes.
I'm also half asleep. Let me go drive a car now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll come back being invincible.
Okay, we'll see you when you get back.
Bye.
I feel like that's what I've been doing. Also been completing some incomplete sets that I got a bulk buy. I like trying to finish incomplete sets, but at the end of the day, if all the pieces aren't there, and it's like, well, I'd have to buy some pieces to finish it, I'm like, nah, just part that out. But yeah, I'm excited to take some time and do stuff around the house too. Like I've got some yard work that can be done, clean up some of the backyard, clean out some of the garage. I think it'll be good. I also have, we were talking about time off at work because there was a guy who had a birthday. And so we were talking about like taking the rest of the day off and upcoming holidays and who's going to be the office when and that stuff that generally happens toward the end of the year when everyone's like, well, I got to take some vacation. I have like 100 hours of vacation I need to take or else I lose it. Which is like 3 weeks of vacation. So I emailed my boss and I was like, I'm gonna set up a couple weeks of vacation so I don't lose it. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, maybe one, not next week, but the week after, and then probably one around Thanksgiving-ish, and then maybe a handful of Fridays here and there. And he's like, yeah, whatever you need to do. So, but it's noon in Kentucky, so it's allowed. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I need is a bit of enabling. So yeah, the whole point was like, we were thinking about taking a couple trips, either UK this fall or going camping or something where I could take some time off. But Beth can't take any time off because she's had new jobs. So she hasn't really been able to take a whole lot of time off for vacation. So I don't take any time off. And I don't think about, well, maybe I should just take some because otherwise I'll lose it. And now I'm like, well, I'm going to have to do this or else I'm going to lose it. Yeah, that is cool. I like when I get sets from coworkers or something and it's just boxes of sets and you don't really think about it, but then you start digging through it and there's minifigures with it. And you're like, you don't want to, you both feel bad, but you feel like you won something when that happens. Cause you're like, oh man, should I tell them that they threw away a $50 or they gave away a $50 minifigure? But then you're like, no, they know. They've seen news reports that Lego is worth money. If they wanted to, they would have gone through that. They didn't want to, so that's their loss. I say this as I get a Darth Revan from a hey, we want you to have this Lego box from a coworker. Like, sign me up. That's all mine now. Yeah, so it was good yesterday. It didn't seem like it was as long, like 11 to 7. It's like, oh God, 8 hours. What are we going to do? It actually didn't seem like 8 hours. It went by pretty quick. But I'll tell you what, at 6:40, when I was like, hey, thank you guys for being here. And if you want to start packing up, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people here. Like, I'd set the room on fire. So quick to wrap everything up. but it was a good group of people. The new lady Tabitha was there. I think she's very excited about being part of the group, so it was good to see her participating. Ricky was there. This is Ricky's second ever lug event, so that was cool. Bevan, Missy were there, so that's cool. Will was there, and I don't care about Will. This was Reggie's first one, I think, too, non-brick rodeo thing. So a lot of, and then Brian had done a bunch of events, so that's very cool. But yeah, it was a good time. Oh, whoops. Put these guys on here. I was wondering why I had leftover stuff. Yeah, it did go pretty fast. I'm a little mad at my build. Like, my tower completely fell apart and I had to rebuild it. The UT tower top section fell apart. I had to rebuild that. That set needs to be dusted. I may go through and like replace some brick and clean it all, and maybe I'll ask Bricks and Minifigs if they mind if I hung on to it for a little bit while I clean it, because it's gross. It was a little cold. Like, going out to get a beer, it was loud and warm, and you come back and it's quiet and cold. So it's like, ooh, I could take a nap back here. I also left my charger there, so I'm like, I emailed them and was like, can I come by tomorrow afternoon and pick up my charger? But it was also with the, hey, thank you for having us there and letting us take up your space, and we appreciate it. All right, big bag coming up, bag 7. I think I might just try to build this whole set. It might be a long stream, but I think we can get through it all. We'll see how this bag goes. Okay. I didn't realize that the first couple bags went so fast. Starting to get some plants, and I think the plants are going to start slowing me down once we get to it. But haven't seen one of these pieces in a long time. These bricks with the pillar on them, and you get 4 of those. This would be a really good drafting set if you could find it for, I don't know how many pieces this is. 1,300. This was probably $120. So probably on sale, but I feel like it'd be a good draft set. Some white corner pieces there. Some of these jumper, which I have like bags of this stuff because I get it with lug bulk and I don't ever have a use for it. Corner pieces, they all go with these pillars and these arches. So cool stuff. All right. But we got to put the base piece in first. So we're going to build this. And again, weird combination of how this goes together. Yeah, putting the tower back together. Oh, that was the other thing. My I couldn't run my windmill / lighthouse because the motor inside came loose. Like, you turn it on and it kind of tries to move, and because it's geared down so much, it puts torque back to the engine because the engine's trying really hard to move, and if it's not seated properly, it just will come undone. And the problem is it's inside a house, so I can't really get to it easily. So I may try to redo it because it's kind of on the back side of the house. What I might try to do is like make that back side of the house on a hinge so I can open it up and get to the inside of it. I have plenty of time till we display something next, but I couldn't run it, which was probably for the best because it would have been really loud, and that room was kind of quiet. So I'm not mad that I couldn't run it. I'm just mad that it fell apart again. Yeah, I've used them before. I've used these corner bits before, and I have a lot of them in tan, but I don't build a ton of buildings usually. So I don't get to use them all that much. And I try to find other uses for them, and I just like the math sometimes on how they work doesn't work really well for what I need. So, but yeah, I do try to use them. Same with lug bulk every year. I get it. I realize that I don't remember what I thought I was going to use something for. End up not using it. Years later, I have a bag of parts that I don't remember what I needed. They're still in the bag, sorted from lug bulk, and I go, oh. So I just dump them in something else. Which is another reason why I'm like, I don't know that I almost didn't participate in lug bulk this year. That needs to go in first. And it won't matter this time because, well, it will matter. We're gonna get the application for next year before we get our pieces from this last time. That's so funny to me. And no, I will not forget to apply. It'll be the same process where I say, okay, we're open to apply. If you are interested in participating, here's a form. Please put in your name and your age and your email address so that I can put in an official application with all that stuff. And then have it, that goes like middle of October, and then it runs for a month, and then it closes, and then we wait, and then the parts list comes out in January, hopefully, and then we go to the last minute ordering. Hopefully this year it won't take so long ordering. Oh no. Well, Beth just found out that CVS no longer takes her insurance. So she's kind of effed because she not only can't get a shot today, but also that's where she gets all her meds. So she's a little pissed right now. Well, I do see this piece in, oh, here we go. Dark tan corner piece right there, corner tile or triangle tile. It's nice. It's very nice. Lumi Bricks has a haunted house that I find interesting. It's mostly dark red, over 2,600 parts for. Yeah, I am very close to starting to do, and I hate to do this because I like being the purist Lego person, but I feel a little bit of FOMO and a little bit of a little bit of FOMO of not getting some of these light up sets and these different. The problem is a lot of the light up sets and a lot of the other companies are making great sets. The bricks are good. all this stuff, but there's sets of things that I normally wouldn't get. Different kinds of cars, different kinds of modulars, different kinds of houses, right? Or buildings. And I'm not one of those people. I like spaceships, and I like flowers, and I like robots, and they aren't doing those sets yet. So when they do, I'll probably check them out, but I don't want to get a light up house just to get a light up house. Like I don't know where I would put a light up house, honestly. So once it's done being built, I was like, well, I can't take it apart because I can't mix it in. I'd have a whole box of Lumi bricks instead of sorting it all in with the Lego. Yeah, it does. It totally sucks. She's had an account there for that long, and they just now tell her that. So something must have changed with CVS and their insurance, because she's like, I have all my medicine goes through here. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. So that's not something you want to find out when you're sleepy and it's a Sunday morning and you're just going in to get a booster. Because it's not like, well, we won't cover this booster shot. It's like, we aren't going to cover anything of yours. Kind of sucks a lot. Such is the American medical institutions in general. Kind of sucks a lot. There's a lot of dark orange in this set too. If I ever take this apart, there's going to be a lot of nice pieces in this. And there's no stickers, so I mean, easily take apartable. Including these rails. That's a nice thing to have. Is if you're building buildings with these rails on them, it's good for edges and crenellations and stuff like that. I don't know what crenellations mean. I say the word a lot. I've never liked not being able to make a corner out of these, though. Like that. I've always wanted there to be a corner rail somehow. I never bought the Fun Hole Lumi Bricks medieval set because it would have been too hard to modify. What the heck? Too hard to modify them. And I don't want to mix the parts, but a haunted house could leave display from other house. Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing, because I have a box just of Halloween stuff. If I had a box of Halloween and then that one set was in a bag on its own, so what? Agreed. Totally agreed. Oh, this is going to take a hot second. This is a neat roof, but this is going to take a minute. Because it's a lot of little pieces. Luckily, they're not terribly hard to work with. Just a lot of little pieces. Man, I feel so bad for her. She's always had bad health problems and dealing with insurance and dealing with getting her medicine covered and having to go through specialists to get things done, and then doctors who don't believe you, and it's just terrible. I hate it. I hate it. I'm angry for her. I'm angry on her behalf. Random coral. It's not even coral. What color is that? Light nougat. It's pretty satisfying. And then we repeat top. So this is this kind of Spanish. What is those roof tiles called? Not terracotta, but that kind of Mediterranean roof look. Did I hear a cat, or was I dreaming? There's somebody singing, going, ah, kind of. I'm not going to make that noise again. I feel bad that I made it the first time. I mean, we do have a cat, but he's not in here right now. I don't even know where the dog is. Oh, there she is. She's usually sitting right by me, so I was like, "Where's the dog?" She's gonna be so mad that she can't get this shot. She works in field healthcare, mental health, where it would be very important to have the shot because she sees a lot of kids, and kids go to school and kids catch stuff and kids get stuff from their parents and don't always tell them when they don't feel good or tell them when another kid is sick at school. So it's going to be like, ugh. It's just going to be such a problem. Hopefully she can get it at a different store or a different drugstore. So there's that. I didn't show you that. Here's your corner. This. And now you should be hearing a saxophone. I think that's maybe a digital saxophone, but it's a saxophone. I saw a theory the other day that the reason the world is terrible now is because there's no music that has saxophones in it anymore. We need to go back to saxophone solos to save us. All right, so we talked about Lego. Oh, has everyone gone through and looked at the 146 suggested Lego ideas? Results. I haven't gone through it yet. So I haven't seen what's available or what's going to be nominated. But, well, here's the thing. Sorry. CVS has their own insurance. It's Aetna. CVS bought Aetna. And I'm wondering if there was a change and they technically aren't accepting insurance for COVID shots, but then because of it, they don't accept her insurance at all, but her insurance is, I don't know who her insurance is through, Blue Cross Blue Shields or something, but not every insurer not every pharmacy has to take every insurance. That's up to them what they want to do, which is kind of stupid, but I don't know. So I'm waiting for her to get back, and she needs to call her insurance. I'm sure she's not wanting to do that. She's going to be real hot about why they didn't cover anything. And, she's got a ton of medicine she takes. And again, they didn't tell her when she booked it, because you give them the insurance, and it was 2 weeks ago when she made the appointment. That's very pretty. So it's frustrating all around why no one told her in the first place, but also that suddenly they don't cover her insurance or they don't take her insurance. I don't know. The medical world in the U.S. is just god awful. More didgeridoo in pop music. Get a didgeridoo and a bagpipe, and you'll have exactly one chord to play for the entire song. Oh god, 7 of these things. 1, 2. 6, 7. I hope. I feel like I'm missing a tile somewhere. Oh no, I'm not. I know exactly where it's gonna go. Why is it repeating the song? We just heard this song. Weird. Yeah, man. Red hibiscus flower can be used to test the acidity of liquid. Hibiscus flower will turn dark pink in acid or green in base. Perfect for checking the acidity of your fountain. Okay. Like that. It's lovely. I like how they have a side thing here just to be like, that's where it hangs. It's like, really? You think so? Again, a lot of extra pieces here for this one. A lot of 1x, because there were a lot of tiles, some flowers. And this just is gonna go clink in here, like so. There you have it. There's your corner piece. So we're probably gonna do another one over here. Okay. Bag 8. All right, she was able to get an HEB appointment, so that's good. Have you heard of Brass Against? The band has some of the great covers of Rage Against. Yeah, I've seen Brass Against on TikTok, actually. They're great. I kind of want them to come to Austin. There's a couple brass bands here. There's the Yes Man Brass Band. There's another one, I can't remember the name of it, but we've gone to see them a couple times, and they usually perform in like art spaces, like not even concert halls or anything, just like, yeah, we're just going to show up at this gallery. That's cool though. Oh, hi. You grabbing my foot for a reason down there? I'm not going to pet you. I'm doing stuff. Okay, I need. There it is. Yeah, they're good. That's a good sign too when you find a new artist. You're like, I need to listen to everything you've ever put out. Hopefully, they have a way for you to buy something from them so they can continue to record and perform. I always try to, it's like, well, I enjoyed this band and I listened to 5 songs. I have to buy an album, you know, even if I don't listen to them ever again after this point. I enjoyed it enough for this much time. So here's $15 for an album. Or, you know, if they don't have an album, they just have a SoundCloud, you're like, all right, where's your Ko-Fi? Where's your tip jar? Did Beth name the cat, or does it have a cool Lord of the Ring names? The cat's name is Fizzgig, and I named him because I've always wanted. I said the next time I got a cat, I've only had 2 cats in my life. One was named Penfold from Danger Mouse, and one was named Toby after a friend of mine. I don't know why we named him Toby. I know why. Because Toby was one of my best friends when I left Colorado, and Cheryl got me a cat. She thought that would help because she felt like I was in a kind of a funk or depressive phase when I moved to Houston, and she thought having a cat would help. And so I named him Toby because Toby was one of my best friends in Colorado. And the cat died after like 4 years, had feline leukemia, maybe even 2. Like he didn't make it very long. So I was like, next cat I get, I want to name him Fizzgig from Dark Crystal. So when Beth and I got a cat, his name was Tiger. Like he was kind of being taken care of by, a young lady. And he lived with them in like a college housing, not a dorm, but like apartments kind of mostly populated by college people. And she had like 3 roommates, and none of them were very good to the cat. So she was like, we really need to get somebody else to take care of this cat. So we're like, we'll take the cat. Yeah, his name was Tiger, and we're like, he's not a tiger. So I named him Fizzgig. Oh, I love Danger Mouse, man. I actually, the other day, I made some comment. I was telling this to Beth, and I can't remember what it was about. But, it was because somebody we heard was talking, and they had a voice like this. I was like, it sounds like Baron. Is it just the Baron? His little caterpillar was named Nero, and his henchman was named Stiletto. Yeah, we used to watch that all the time as kids. That was one of our favorite cartoons. Qua, Chief! Oh, crumbs. And Penfold would turn into the Blue Flash. So anyway, that was our Gumdrops. That was our cat's name when I was in high school, basically. And he'd say, Baroni. Call him Baroni. RFK, yeah. He talked like this. He had a very... He was a big fat toad thing, and I feel like they were trying to go for like a Marlon Brando kind of character. But he had this voice. So it was a lot of fun. It was Danger Mouse. We had like a 2-for... Because it was a British cartoon, but it wasn't a British cartoon after that we'd watch. But there was like Banana Man. We would watch Banana Man. Anyway, yeah, Danger Mouse for sure. So Fizzgig, we got Fizzgig. And he kind of fits his name. And the lady at the vet recently was like, she pulls up her phone. She goes, "Is this who you've named your cat after?" And it was the Fizzgig from Dark Crystal. I was like, yeah. And she's like, that's amazing. I've never seen anyone name their cat that. I was like, cool. But then the dogs' names are, I didn't let Beth name the dogs, but she had an idea for, when her dog passed, we already got a second dog, and that was Kaylee, and that's after Kay Winnett Lee, from Firefly. And then when we got Agatha, it was from Agatha Harkness, because that's what we were watching at the time. And she really likes Catherine Hahn. So she's like, can we name the dog Agatha? Agatha Barkness? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Sounds great. And it's funny because at the vet, her name's Agatha Barkness and then Beth's last name. And when I go in, they're like, okay, Mr. Brazel. And I'm like, well, that's not me, but, I get it. All right, time to build that roof. Yes, Firefly. I have to rewatch that. I haven't watched that in a while. I usually try to do a rewatch every once in a while. I need to rewatch Battlestar too. Yep. Beth really liked WandaVision because of Agatha. Agatha's character, and Catherine Hahn specifically. So it was kind of natural to name her that. And then it was even better when the Agatha show came out. Beth loved that show. I think she went as her one year for Halloween, if I remember correctly, but now I don't remember. So I don't know. Speaking of Halloween, does everybody have their Halloween costumes lined up? You know what you're going to do for Halloween? It's the next big holiday. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. Haven't even put two thoughts together about it. Actually, I thought of... Does anybody else watch TikTok and know who Chit is? There's a character, there's a sketch comedy kind of account where there's a character named Chit. I thought about doing that, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off because it's a wig and it's also a mustache. And I could probably get the mustache, but I don't know if I'll be able to find the right wig. And the rest of it's like a sweater vest and a button-down shirt. So I'll wear a Halloween shirt. I thought of trying to do something from The Conjuring, but like I'm not good looking enough to be Patrick Wilson. So I could go as, you could go as Varric. You could go as the nun demon Varric. That'd be kind of cool. And although everyone would see it and go, "Are you Marilyn Manson?" No, well, no. Close, but no. So it's a sketch comedy bit on TikTok. And the funny part is the account that does the skit is the actor who's doing the character. But then the actual actor has another account where it's just him being an actor, but that account is named after the character that he does. So they got it backwards. It's weird. And his character is one of these, like, he's this neebish, nerdy, weird, awkward character. But he also, like, his girlfriend is a WWE fighter, and he's like jacked and all this kind of stuff, and it's hilarious. And he has this way of saying stuff that's kind of weird. And anyway, Odale Dorado, Danny Bro, hello, how are you? Not Chet from Weird Sign, not Bill Paxton. His name is Chit, like a small token, a Chit. But he has this way of talking. Yeah. Oh, she's still going through it, man. Gross. Odele, how are you? Hello, how is your Sunday? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're here because you like Lego. Let me know what you are building if you're into Lego. If not, what would you like to build? What is your ideal Lego set that you'd like to get and build with? Or maybe you're here because you're an Austin FC fan. Or maybe you're here because you like fountains and flowers. I don't know your life. I don't presume to know your life. So is everybody okay? Oh, I got 3 bags left. I might be able to do this all last bit in an hour. It's up to y'all whether you want to hang or not. I think I'm going to try to finish this all today. If I could get some different music. I think I'm done with this music channel, man. I feel like it's been doing the same 2 songs. I'm missing something. Oh wait, there's a whole step down here I didn't do. Were you the guy who had his cat on stream last night? No. I have a cat. I was not on stream last night. I was at a brewery with some friends last night. Trying to think of a Lego person who has their cat on. Anybody else know? Trying to think of all the YouTuber Lego people that I know who might have brought a cat on their stream. Was their stream good? Need more songs with cat sax solos, yes. That's just classic looking. I love that. That's really nice. It's really pretty. This is a good use of these. Yeah, it's repeating the same song. I know I have more songs in this. It says it's like 4 hours of songs, but I keep not getting 4 hours worth of songs. That right there. Maybe another hanging plant here in a second. Let's see what's going on later today. So later today is the Stitch and Bitch at Hop Squad. I was a little hungover from last night, so I don't know how much of the. I might just have to do some water. Oh, look at these! We got these tulip pieces. That's nice. And inside the tulip pieces, we get to put those. That's really cool. Do that 6 times. And it looks like we might get some extras at the end for our trouble. Hopefully. Get a couple. I feel bad that I don't have a cat on stream now. So Stitch and Bitch has been a thing for years. And I don't remember who coined the term in the supporter group, but it's basically everybody brings their cuts, their vests to the brewery, and we bring thread and needles and whatever, and just sit around sewing patches and drinking and socializing and whatever. So it's fun. Trade patches maybe sometimes. Usually it's like before a game, or they'll do it ahead of the season, but this is a pink bougainvillea. What most people think of the flower as the flower of the bougainvillea is actually called a brax, or a false flower, which are different types of leaves surrounding the real tiny flowers of the plant. So we're gonna put this guy in here. Didn't ask me to line anything up, which is weird. How long have I been streaming for? You mean like today or in general? I'll answer both. How's that? Today started at 10 o'clock, so we've been going 2 hours. And I've got 3 bags left, and I think I want to finish them out because I think there'll be another hour. And overall, it's been about 6 years. 5.5, I think, maybe 5.5 or 6.5. I can't remember which. So we were able to get a few of these extra plants, so that's kind of neat. And some green Wolverine claws. That's always good to get. Those are fun pieces. All right, so there's your Bougainvillea hanging there. And we're on to bag 9. This is a small bag, so this should go pretty quick. I don't think I had 6, but I probably had 5, 4. The brewery we were at, but it wasn't last night. Like I started at about 1, went real slow. Beer, water. The brewery finally got a couple Oktoberfest style. They got a Czech Pilsner and an Oktoberfest beer. So I was like, oh, I gotta have that. Newish piece for me. Double inverted curved slope. I guess curved brick. I don't know if they call that a curved slope or not. Yeah, so a couple Czech Pilsners, a couple Vienna lagers, very malty. I am not an IPA fan, so I try to move away from those. But yeah, good. Tasted real good. Had a good time with all of our lug people. And again, the brewer is very nice to have us. Very happy we were there. Oh, good for you, Zissou. That's awesome. By the way, we got some trans clear plumes. And we've got a olive colored frog. So those are new for me. New-ish pieces for that. And we've got a green heart. I haven't seen a green heart before. Green heart tile. Sweet. And a chicken. Or a chick. So Thursday, I don't think I've got anything, so I'll be able to be back on Thursday. And I'll probably end up doing microfighters. It's already scheduled. I'll work on the classic Batman microfighter, and if we have enough time, then Kit. I'll start on Kit. And then there was one other one I think I threw in there. Kit. Let's see, shall we? Oh, the Mach 5 from Speed Racer. I think that'd be a fun microfighter. You struggle with moderation. That's a good reason to just abstain completely. Like if you know it's going to be a problem, then good on you for knowing that. I'm slowly developing moderation for Lego as well. Mostly it's a space issue, but also like I used to buy all Star Wars stuff. And then lately it's all botanical stuff, and then ideas things. And now it's like I see sets, I'm like, yeah, that'd be fun to build, but I don't want to have it. So I feel like I'm reaching a limit. Like I don't need more, obviously. But do I want to get that just to build it? And then once I'm done building it, what do I do with it? Do I keep it? Do I display it? Do I break it down? All questions to ask. Yeah, this is going to be the challenging time of the year for me because mid-September through the end of October is Oktoberfest season. And so that's when all the really yummy beers come out and everybody has specials and there's all kinds of good food and it's just going to be great. And I can't wait. So hopefully Beth is around to help me kind of slow down a little bit. Or at the very least, help me get home. And again, I'm not a lush alcoholic or anything, but I do binge drink, and that's kind of just as bad. 4 or 5 beers every 2 weeks kind of thing. Which is weird because then you're talking to your doctor and they're like, and how much alcohol do you drink? I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to average a half a beer a day. And they're like, really? I'm like, well, I don't drink at all during the week. It's like when I go out with friends, I'll have 4 or 5 beers. But then we may not go out for weeks at a time. So I don't know how to answer that. On average, a third to a half a beer a day. Yeah, it's a good season in general. The food's good. The temperature's changing. I like the colors. I like the beverages. It used to be cool because I would watch a lot of football and it was football season. And now I'm like, I don't like NFL. NFL isn't a great organization, so I'm going to stop watching it. And then college football, obviously, they don't take care of their players. It's just as bad. So I don't watch that. But hockey season starts up soon, so that's good. I'm excited about hockey. And then Halloween and then Thanksgiving are all real good. And cap it off with a big old Christmas. Like literally the 3rd day of winter. But this whole, everything between like mid-September to the end of, or middle of December, I'm like, this is my time, man. Love it. And this is very pretty. That's your fountain. Good part usage right there. Take care, Zissou. Hope to see you again soon. Have a good rest of your weekend. Yeah, I think I'm going to finish this out, 2 bags. So if you want to stick with me, I appreciate it. If not, I completely understand. I don't want to leave this hanging for everybody. We got another plant description coming up. These are white petunias and red garden geraniums. So we're going to ×2 with these heart tiles, which are great in green, very leaf-like. And then we have one of these and one of these. My mom would love this set. She loves plants. I always have to show her the Lego set, send her a picture and be like, what's this plant? She's like, I don't know, it looks like a chrysanthemum. I'm like, very good. And this one isn't meant to be a botanical set. It's just another one of these types of, goes with the tranquil garden or whatever. So this is the white petunia. And then we're going to do the got some fezzes, some brown fezzes. This is going to be your bougainvillea. Or no, geranium. Oh my god. How many of these? 12? This is the part that slows you down when you got to put a plant together. And it's 6 little bitty pieces. Like, oh, it was going so good, and now I got little bitty flowers to make. Our plans got canceled, so we chill out with you. Hey, always glad for the company. Appreciate it. Sorry your plans got canceled, though. All right, so we got geraniums and white petunias. I think these are just sort of in general, like, all right, and this is we're just gonna slide this into this hole right there. Boop. Very cool. This isn't a ×2, is it? Okay. Negative, good buddy. Yeah, so Thursday will be Microfighter Thursday, provided nothing comes up between now and then. Ooh, nougat, medium nougat inverted tiles. Very nice. It's just going to be a bench, like so. Yeah, this whole set looks like a flex. It's very much, we can do this, so we're going to do this. This is the frog is a specific kind of frog. They'd mentioned it earlier. It gets its own little pedestal that you just kind of slide in there like that. Same with the bird over here, which is a yellow hammer. So yellow hammer. There we go. It had a picture of a butterfly, so I got a little confused. So there's your bird, there's your flower, there's your frog. And these like interchangeable, so like if you wanted to, you could put this over here, right? Put your frog and your bird in different areas, whatever you like to do. Extra pieces here. Some extra pieces. That light blue plume is pretty cool. These bags don't look terribly big, so later I'll work on Lego stuff. Probably going to build my set from yesterday. I hope you have fun with that. Thank you again for being able to attend. Hey, we got some green hot dogs. Ooh, and a very pretty butterfly. Look at that. Look at that butterfly. That's pretty magnificent there. Hadn't seen that one. And again, green hot dogs. Got some green hot dogs. I think those have been around a while though. And more of these printed tiles. These mosaic printed tiles. Excited to see what this turns into. Yeah, butterfly looks very nice. Try to build more over here so you can see it. I keep forgetting and pulling it. Everybody pulls it into their chest to build, and then it's like, well, we're not seeing what you're doing there. Ooh. Splash piece. A couple splash pieces. These ones that are like minifigure accessory, handheld splashes. Like, I don't know what else to call them. They're like superhero wizard effect pieces that can be used as water effects, depending on how they're colored. I do also like seeing 3 wide dishes in different colors. Good for later builds of spaceships. So building set from yesterday. Sorry your plans got canceled again. What else is everybody doing? Your son's still crying? Was he crying earlier? Did I miss something? That sucks. Is he a baby? Does he need food, diaper, attention? I know when I was a kid, I would cry because my feet hurt. Because I would get hairs wrapped around my toes inside my little stocking feet, my socks. And my parents had no idea why I was crying so much. And the doctor's like, look at his toe, man. He's got like a blue toe. My kids weren't... Nah, he's a grown man. I was going to say, my kids are in college now. Or one's about out of college. One is still in college. They had a rough week, though. The moms had to... They had to put one of their cats down. They had to put their cat down. Because it was 19. And it was time. And so it's been a rough week for them. So there's been some tears. So everybody hug your pets if you've got them. 2, 4, 6. I think Beth just got home. After this, I have to go empty out Beth's car because she was nice enough to let me haul everything to the brewery yesterday, so it's full of Lego. So I got to get all that out of there. Oh, nice. This is super nice. How does this go together? Like that. That's a very... So here's your piece. How it goes together, and then it attaches with the snot bricks. Make a circular. I know the white kind of gets a little washed out in the light. I apologize for that. There's your... And then with these cool tiles going all the way around. You hit a raccoon last night, you thought it was a cat? That's no good, man. At least it wasn't a skunk. I've run over many a skunk in my day. And it's not the running over part that's as bad as the you come upon it after somebody else has run over it. That's the part that is bad for everybody. Okay, that's very pretty. The tile. Oh, this is going to be tricky. So you're going to have to hang. You just have to hang all these parts like that and then push this down and close them all in there. So how many of these? 6? This is going to be weird. Not something I can really show on camera without knocking it all over. This is definitely a do it on a flat surface. But when you push it down, they all come out like that. Isn't that lovely? And a cone and a nano figure. And that goes in there. That's a lovely fountain. Very cool. And this just sits right here. It is not a piece that is removable like these guys. It will actually sit on, or it attaches the center there. We're gonna have a couple plants to build here going forward. One more bag after this. Yeah, right? Isn't that neat? You kind of have to line them up a little bit, but it gives it an organic flavor or an organic feel to it, so it's not terribly mechanical. Like something coming off of one of those octo-ringed plates. You kind of have to pin everything together. I think also after this, I need to get Beth a ticket for Brick Rodeo. I got mine already, but then for some reason we didn't get hers because she wanted to get an all access, but she didn't have an account. I was like, oh, I'll just buy it off my account, but you have to have your own account to get an all access. And like she didn't want to do it then, and then it was, you know, you have to do it with your own email address, blah, 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 and we never got it done. So now I'm like, oh, I think we really need to get this done. So there's your green hot dogs. These times 2. Just different colored flowers. These are Spanish moon moth. Oh, that's a Spanish moon moth. And then the flower is, it doesn't say what the flower is. French marigold, I think is what they're calling it. I don't know which one of these gets the dark and which one gets the light. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. Yeah, well, the prices will go up at the end of the year, so we've got till then. And she's already paid me the $100 for it. I just have to create an account for her and tell her that the account is on its way. The account creation is on its way, and so be ready for it. Ooh, these are hard to get out. So these are extra, and that's extra. And that's not extra because this comes in this right here. Like that. So there's this flower. Boop. This is all extra. I don't know where this got to, but there's your butterfly. So here's your plant with your butterfly on it. Your whatever moon moth, Spanish moon moth. Last bag, which will be last of one flower or two, because it doesn't look like all 4 of these empty spaces get filled. We're probably going to say, remember, you can build your own flowers and put them in here, kind of thing. Oh, actually, it looks like I might be building 4 flowers. I got enough bricks for it, so let's get to getting. Travis bricks in dark green, newish. Got some tusks, brown tusks. I don't think that's terribly new. Brown pieces of that. which I've only really seen in gray. And I don't think these are new, but they're like antlers maybe. I can see these being little antlers on a head. So I'm going to do 2 of these. There's a lot of Wolverine claws over here. Guessing we're making 2 big conifers. So yeah, got to get tickets. She does want to make a mock. Don't exactly know of what. I think she wants to do a mosaic of her late dog. Voice held up for an hour and 20 minutes. See if we can go the rest of the distance. And I'm not 100% sure what I want to do as a mock yet, other than bring old stuff, like bring the this is a small thing, but a cone in dark green is huge. That's not a common color. Oh, and also crystals in dark green. That's pretty cool. That's going to be the top of the tree, I bet you. Bring old stuff that I've already got. Mega Spark City. I might see if anybody wants to organize another Mars base thing, but I'll also have to see about that. Where is the other cone? Did it roll under here? No. Oh, there it is. Okay. Microfighters probably, and I think that's it. I don't have any new Horizon stuff, so I can't really do that yet. Really great live stream, a great set. I subscribed and gave you a thumbs up. I'd love a subscription. 2 best regards from Germany, Marcel. Thank you for that polite message. So this is ×2, which is ×4. Marcel, I hope you linger for a little bit and we can chat. You can chat with the people in the group or in the chat. Guten Tag to you. As the extent of my German. I have a friend who was in Germany for he was a youth. He was stationed there, or his family was stationed there. But he knows very little German, so he's taken up German again to try to learn some of it. But he talks fondly of his time as a youth there, being on base. Well, this is going to be a bothersome last bit of stuff, making a million of these. My hands are already cramping up. To make conifers. They're either going to say they're conifers or they're, some other kind of evergreen, but going to be a lot of that. ×3, which means it's ×6. All right, so going to be doing this for a hot second because we've got you can see this pile of claws over here. What is your King of Nopen Bricks? What is your current Lego project or your current Lego build? When is the next Austin FC tick? Fish News, hello, how are you? I don't know what oh, Tifo. Man, we got a lot of people asking about that. Are you all friends with Jake? I don't know if he keeps telling people about Tifos, but they are cutting. They have cut the material. They have sewn the material. I have not seen anything about drawing, gridding, tracing, or painting yet. I don't know. It won't be for Open Cup. It won't be for the Open Cup. My guess is if they get into the playoffs, they will probably do an end of season tifo. God, my hand's cramping up. Even if they get into the playoffs, they might just do an end of season tifo, or if they don't get in the playoffs. So, but that's all I've heard is currently the material being used has been cut and sewed. And they had a thing go out for volunteers for that last week. 2, 3. So that's where the tifo stands. I think they have an idea of the artwork they want to do, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's another. Wow, really? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I have to get through all of these. So times 3, times 6. I think they've got an idea of the art that's going to be used. It might be like a. Well, I can't really say. When you sign up to do it, there's a. You kind of agree, there's an NDA where you're like you can't talk about it outside of people who are working on it. You can't show pictures of it, that kind of stuff. Blue bricks, Mold King, Kobe, very cool. Have you got any Lumi bricks yet, Nopin? I think that was a discussion from earlier. There's some people who were going to try to do some Lumi bricks. I'd like to try it just to see what it's like to build with lights in mind. Oh, God. Hang on real quick. Sorry, that was my mom. The whole family doesn't realize that I stream. Of course, generally I only stream till noon, but how do I know all that? Because I am on the Slack, and I'm in a channel on Slack that talks about TIFO. And whenever the organizers of the TIFO group share information, it's so they can get people to come help them. And as far as I know, that's the only thing they've got help with. There's also discussion channels about what is going to be the image that they decide to use, who the artist is, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you're a member of LV, if you're a member of Los Verdes, and you're in Slack, you can join that channel and have all that information as well. I don't secretly come by the information. It's just stuff that is in that group that they talk about. Yeah, so I'd like to try some other things. It's weird being a Lego ambassador, Lug ambassador, not a fan media or anything, and trying out different types of building materials. But at the same time, I'm like, I'd like to see what they all have to offer, even if it's that Mattel's new thing with the cars that they've got. These are all twisted and bent out of shape and stuff, so it makes it look a little more organic. this. And this. And then we got 2 trees. So we are going to be able to fill all these boxes in. Here's your 2 trees. These are, I don't know if they said what they are, but they're probably just conifers. Mediterranean cypress. There you go. Cool, cool, cool. All right, we've got 1 plant left to go, and then we'll be done. I think I hear Beth. I thought I heard her earlier, but I guess I didn't. So yeah, my friends who had to put their cat down the other day, we the whole family's on Snapchat, and we all exchange Snapchats during the day. And most of the time, it's our animals. We just take cute pictures of our animals. But I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that right now. I don't have this piece much at all. This trunk with root thing on it.
You still streaming?
Yeah, I was gonna. Only half hour extra to add or to finish the whole set. So.
You've broken me.
I had that.
You do?
Yeah. Actually, I gave it away.
Oh. Well,
I gave it to or maybe I still have it.
Now we have 2.
Nah. It's a cute one.
But yeah, you've broken me.
I've broken Beth.
I got you some red vines.
I haven't finished the old red vines yet.
Well, no, you have
Just
it.
put them in there with that one. Thank you. Did you get your shot?
I did.
Are you gonna yell at your insurance company now?
Well, I don't know if it's the insurance company or CVS because CVS said that they don't think we're probably healed. And I was like,
Yeah, because they take my insurance.
So it must be something specific with my plan. But
Or
now
it just happened and they changed it.
Yeah, but now I have to get all the medications changed over.
Are you gonna change them to HEB or Walgreens?
Walgreens apparently won't do it if you're due the COVID vaccine unless you're 65 or over.
Yeah, I might change mine over to HEB as well.
What's that?
I probably will change all mine to HEB too.
Yeah. I mean, you know that HEB is a good company, so.
Yep. We do.
But yeah, they told me to walk around for 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go in the toy aisle. And I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, sorry, I broke you.
You did, apparently.
Beth is now a Lego addict. She's Zach the Lego maniac.
I'm not going to get on screen because I look rough, but.
She bought this set on her own while just
$10.
at the store hanging out.
Is $10 a good price for this one?
How many pieces is it?
145.
Yeah, was it on sale?
I don't think so. Well, now I have 3 sets to do.
Yeah, enjoy. What? It's a little flip in this instruction, and they don't tell you to flip it. That's confusing. What is happening? 6. So they want cherries on all of this. So yeah, the TIFO knowledge is not proprietary really, but they ask when you sign up not to share any of it because they want to be able to surprise the stadium by revealing it all at once. So if pictures of it got around on social media, then it would be kind of a bummer. So if you ever sign up to go work on it, you have to make sure that you are in agreement to not disclose anything, which I think is fair. like I did that backwards. Somehow. Oh, I don't care. It's all gonna be good, no matter what. As of yet, I haven't seen anything to sign up for painting. But I'm hoping it's soon. I have wanted to, in the past, help them trace. And when I said I'd like to help trace, they're like, we would love to have you help trace. But then I never get the notification in Slack in time to go help with tracing. They're like, it's already done. Thank you for all the people who've come out to help. And I'm like, wait a minute, I wanted to do that. So I'm trying to hyper focus on when that happens. Oh my God. There's a lot of trying to figure this stuff out here. It's not that one. That one maybe. And then this one. Yep, almost done. Back and surprised the stream isn't over yet. Well, it was only, I figured we could get through all, I don't know how many bags this was, 9, 12? What was this last bag? 11. I thought it would take 2 streams or I would do it off stream, but the more I worked on it, I'm like, this is all going real fast. I can't tell where they want these. Oh, in these flowers, I guess. 2. It's this little stuff of just getting all these little plants and things on here. But I think we're on the last couple steps. So yeah, I will be back on hopefully Thursday and we'll do some micro machine or micro fighters. Could be micro machines because they're mostly cars. Unless something changes, in which case I will let everybody know in the comments or on the community tab. Or, you know, come follow me on Blue Sky. I'm always doing stuff over there. A lot of extra pieces here. This doesn't say what it is, really. It's a tree. Grapevine. Oh, this is grapevine. Okay, that makes sense. It got some grapes under there. Cool. So there's your grapevine tree. Probably like this. Nice. Cool. All right. The garden is done. The fountain garden is complete. This was really fun. It's really compact. It's very pretty. It's got some great building techniques. It's got some great part usage, some great tiles, great printed pieces. It does have things where it looks like you can exchange it for other stuff. If you wanted to change up where the bench goes, where the flowers go, where the trees go, kind of thing. Like you can mix and match a little bit for the most part, and it won't get in the way. Even like you could take the frog out and put him over here and put this tree back here kind of thing. So, I mean, you can kind of, however you want, set it up. The fountain stays in the middle though. This guy even moves if you wanted to put him up here, or turn it around, right? However you want to do it. Like, I think it works pretty well no matter what you want to do. So, but that was all, I think that's all part and parcel to how this was set up. So at some point you should see about doing an all day stream if that would be possible for people to just chill out. Man, I have a hard time with 2 hours. This 2 hour, 2 45-minute thing was brutal. Like I've done one that was 4 hours once. Can't do it. I'm just too old. It's hard to sit like that for too long. But I appreciate you wanting to have an all-day stream. But I think there are plenty of other people that will do that. Maya will do those a lot, so go check out his channel. But okay, everybody, thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you again on Thursday. We'll do some studio design, Lego studio design. Of some cars, some classic throwback cars. And yeah, we'll talk to you then. Have a good weekend. We'll take care.